RCA Victor and its dealers present Burr Tillstrom, creator of Kukla, Ollie, and all the Kuklapolitan players with Fran Allison in Kukla, Fran and Ollie.
Buelah, for heaven's sake. I tell you, never went through such a weekend in all my life. Heavens. Fran!
Yes?
Fran!
Yes.
Need you.
Yes? Something wrong? What?
Beulah's back.
Oh. Well, where did she go?
I don't know. Buelah, come on. Give us a report. Hello, dear. Hello, dear.
Hello,
oh,
Buelah.
Gracious, what a weekend.
Welcome home.
Well, thanks loads.
Well, tell me where you were.
West Virginia.
West Virginia?
You were supposed to go to Cincinnati. I know. Told you I should have took the broomstick.
Well,
Taken. That's what I mean. I should have.
What happened?
What?
I say, what happened?
We flew down. Well, everything was all set. Saturday afternoon we left. We were fine. Gommy and I, there we were together.
Yes?
Having a wonderful time.
Yes.
We packed a lunch.
Oh, good.
Fried chicken.
Yes.
And hard-boiled eggs.
Yes.
Bread and butter sandwiches. And I took a thermos bottle along. Warm milk.
Yes.
And, well, there we were. We were sitting in the plane, all ready to take off. Yeah. And we took off. Well, that's fine. Good for you. Well, here we were. They're having a big party for us in Cincinnati. What do you know? Well, first stop, Indianapolis.
Yes.
Well, what do you know?
I don't know.
No stop.
No stop.
Closed in.
Oh.
Weather closed in.
Goodness.
Well, what happened? Well, I pushed Gommy aside and I strode down the aisle. I said, "Now look here, Mr. Pilot, let me up there." But he was a little snippy about it. You know how those young fellas are. I said, I can navigate you right through all this weather. But he was a little snippy. So, a young fellow. Nice looking, too. He was at that.
Was he?
Wonder what his name was. I wonder where Gommy is. Come on,
Oh,
Buelah,
come
tell
on,
us.
Buelah, tell us the story.
Well, we were off to Cincinnati. So, we kept right on going. Never touched Indianapolis.
Well, you weren't going to Indianapolis anyway.
No, that's true. We weren't, were we?
No.
Were we? No, you weren't. That's good. Well, it would have been terrible if we'd been going to Indianapolis.
Oh, shame, I should say.
It was terrible anyway. So we went to Cincinnati. Well, we got right over the Ohio River there, and what happened?
What indeed?
No river.
No river?
Did it dry up? No, weather closed in again.
Oh, no.
Well, there they were. I could see them down there all waving to us. So, again,
Well, if you could see them, how was it closed in? If you could see them, I should have thought you would have been able to land.
Radar.
Oh.
I pushed Gommy aside again. Why didn't you sit on the outside this time, Buelah? Poor Gommy must have had a terrible time. No, he didn't mind. He was having a great time. He helped the stewardess serve the meals.
That's good.
So, down the aisle I plunged. But they had the door locked that time.
Oh.
So I hammered on the door and I said, "Boys, you may just think I'm a silly old fool, but I have a radar device that will help you land." Well, they weren't interested.
No?
No.
Well, it's very
Never
strange.
opened the door. I wonder if they were in there.
Oh, I don't know.
Of course they were. Was the plane going? Yes, it was. Backwards.
Oh, Buelah, now I know better than that.
Well, it seemed like it.
Maybe you were sitting backward.
Say, come to think of it, that was the trouble.
Well, certainly.
So anyway, where did we land? I don't know. Where did you land? Charleston.
South Carolina?
No, West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Fine airport there. Grand place. Sheared off the top of a few mountains. We came down just as nice as you please. Well, I like Charleston myself. I like West Virginia, too. Enjoyed my stay there.
How long were you there? How long were you there?
Oh, I don't know. A few hours. Well, we were going, we thought we might go on down to North Carolina. Because I wanted to see Mother. Or out to Washington to see Sister.
Yes.
But it turned out that they got a cab. So we got in the cab.
Oh.
Who? The airline people. They were very lovely about it. My sakes, of course, I don't blame them for the weather. You can't help that.
No.
No. Those young pilots might have listened to me with my radar. Well, anyway, we got in the cab. So long we were going zippity-clip right over the hills, up and down. Couldn't see much. So dark.
Oh?
So I pushed Gommy. I said, "No. You didn't." I did. But luckily the door was locked tight, so he didn't fall out. I forgot where I was. And so after a while, I thought, well, we might as well be good sports about this. So we had community singing and sang all the way to Cincinnati.
Well, that was a happy thought. What did you sing?
Oh, different songs. Things like Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Mm-hmm.
And Cincinnati, Here We Come.
Yes.
That's a fine old folk tune.
Yes, so nice for a choral group.
That's what I thought. I harmonize. Can you harmonize? Yes, I can. Given the opportunity. Well, you and I must harmonize sometime. I'd love to, Buelah. Any time that you say. Why not right now? No, not right now. You said any time you say.
Well, that's just a figure of speech.
Well, you only watch his figure. Oh, dear. Well, we got to Cincinnati.
Well, that's...
Missed the party.
Missed the party.
But we saw all the boys down there and had a wonderful time. We saw the station, went around, saw the wonderful hills, lovely town, Cincinnati.
Beautiful.
Got the plans all made, so we're going down there in a couple of weeks, you know, for the weekend, just to visit and help them celebrate their anniversary down there.
Well, good. I'm glad you made the plans.
Yeah, it's all set. How did you get back? Flew?
Oh, Kukla, please.
Sorry.
She's back. Isn't that enough?
I didn't say anything. I'm sorry. Well, no, I'll be glad to tell you how I got back. We picked up a cab from Cincinnati.
Oh, now you didn't...
Wasn't the weather clear? Yes, but I like those hills. So we went back, we drove back to Charleston, West Virginia. Well, we went up and they got the finest landing field up there, sheared off a couple of mountain tops. They land there just as nice as you please. Well, you interested in this?
Yes, Buelah, I am.
So, well, I got back. I hitchhiked.
Oh, Buelah.
I did.
You didn't.
Flew back with an Army transport.
Did you now?
Had a nice visit with the fellas. They were interested in the radar.
Well, they know all about it.
Certainly. Well, everything's fixed. I'm home, and I'm glad to be home with the family.
Yes.
Nice to see you.
Thank you, Buelah.
See you later, dear. Let's harmonize later. Okay, Buelah. Anything you say.
Buelah made the plans for our visit to Cincinnati?
Think we'll make it?
Well, I shan't plan on it.
I'm kind of worried about it.
I, too. How did she happen to go?
You know, Gommy and she were working on it, you know. Gommy's our director.
Gommy ought to know better than that.
I know it. He should. But, you know, poor Gommy doesn't see very much. He's cooped up in that little glass-enclosed control room all the time.
I know. I think I'll go and push him aside so he can see better.
There's no room. I felt kind of sorry for him, but that, you know, I mean, Buelah does know electronics and things, and she's good at coordinating.
Yes, she is.
And so, I mean, it was a good idea.
If you don't care what you coordinate, she's excellent at it.
It's true. I'd like to have been on that plane.
Oh, I don't know whether I should have liked to be there or not.
I would have enjoyed it a lot. It would have been fun.
Do you think so?
I think it would have been very funny.
Well, it would have been a very...
Say, there was a fellow on that plane. Hello, kid.
Hello, Buelah.
Just got back.
Oh, yes.
By the way, did you know? We didn't get to Cincinnati. Yeah, you just told us.
Yes, Kukla, I have some things that I really ought
Well,
to...
I want to tell you about the fellow from Bloomington, Indiana.
From Bloomington, Indiana?
Yeah, I never got there.
Oh, Buelah.
How do you know? Well, he ended up in Cincinnati.
Well, that's good. Probably the first time he'd been there. Well, honey, I have some things to do, and I believe I'll go and do them.
Yeah, you are? I mean, you don't want to stay with me?
Well, yes, I want to stay with you, but I just think really I should get something accomplished. If we're going to go to Cincinnati, there'll be a lot of work to be done.
Would you wash my shirt for me?
Certainly I will.
My dress shirt?
Yes, I will. You want the collar stiff?
No, soft.
Soft
I'll
collar.
use a little pin.
All right, fine. Anything else I can do?
Oh, I might need some handkerchiefs. If you're out to the store, would you see if you could get
Yes,
some?
I'll get those for you.
I like them with a hem-stitched hem.
Hem-stitched hem.
Wide.
All right. And how about other linen? Do you have plenty of that?
Let me see. T-shirts.
T-shirts? You think you'll need those?
Well, you know, I like to always have T-shirts.
Well, all right. I'll get some
We might
T-shirts.
play tennis or something.
Well, I think it's a little early for that, but I'll...
Cincinnati's down south.
Well, I know, but that much farther south?
I don't know. It might be.
Well, it might be. I don't know. How about your coat? Is it clean? Should you have it clean?
Well, that's all right, but I want to get a yachting hat.
A yachting hat? What for?
Ollie's going to take us on a showboat on the Ohio River.
Oh, no. I just don't believe there'd be time for that.
Well, I don't know, but he said so.
Well, you know, Ollie had a lot of big plans when we went to New York. I think we ought to sit down and kind of talk it over and decide what we ought to do, don't you? Not make plans we can't keep, and then we won't be disappointed. Or I don't believe we will.
I hope not.
And they probably have made a lot of plans for us anyway.
Well,
We wouldn't want to interfere with their plans.
I'll go along with anything.
All right, fine.
I'm very flexible.
This starts out to be rather a quiet week. Do you know of any great plans we have?
No.
Lecture.
Uh-oh. Lecture day today.
Lecture day? Whose lecture?
Ollie's. Television. How it works.
Oh. Well, let me get a good seat. I want to know.
Me too. Ollie?
Introduce me.
Today, we have another great feature in the Kukla programs planned for this year. I hope our program committee has planned such an interesting program, and I hope this will meet with your approval. We were able to secure at a very reasonable price the services of a very famous lecturer on television who has come to our club today to speak to you on television, how it works. Mr. Oliver Dragon.
Thank you. Thank you all. Well, certainly good to be back here with you friends again. At other times, I have discussed television in a different electronic aspects. I know, for instance, that at one time up here we discussed the television camera and the television control room and various programming ideas. Today, we are going to touch upon a subject that is very close to our ears. The audio. As you know, there are two parts to television, audio and video. And Ollie. And today we are going to talk about the audio or the hearing part. I borrow this phrase audio from the Latin, meaning I hear. Audio, audiere, audiace, audio, well, who cares about the subjunctive mood? Anyway, the audio. Now, a very great part of the audio is handled, well, shall I say, first of all, that audio is divided into two parts. Au and dio. No. Oh, I just said that. I mean, control room audio and studio audio. The audio in the control room we will leave for another day. The audio in the studio we are going to touch upon today. The audio in the studio is operated by a man who is called the boom man. I will now show you a sample boom. Ladies, I want you to see this great electronic and scientific technical device. This is my assistant. This is a sample boom. This is the microphone. This is the boom, and this is the boom stand, and this is the boom stand. And earphones, please. Now, you probably have noticed in many television shows which you have watched some of the dangers of the boom. One rule is, in the studio, do not stand under the boom unless you have to, and the other one is do not walk in front of a camera, both of which are broken every day. For what is the rule? Oh, hello. For what is the rule if it cannot be broken? Now, this is the audio man who gets his signals directly from the control room, that is directly via Cincinnati and Bloomington, Indiana. His signals come perhaps 5 minutes later than the other signals because of the peculiar way television is set up. It goes through certain coaxial cables. In fact, I once knew of a boom man who got his signals all the way through Los Angeles. However, I digress. The boom. Now, you will notice probably in some great dramatic shows at times there will be things like, for instance, at a great dramatic point in the play, you will see a close-up of the fellow who is acting, and he will say some great thing like, Gloria, I hate to say goodbye, but I must, so goodbye. At that point, the camera dollies back, and before the boom man can get his signal coordinated with the camera operators, it dollies back, and here is the microphone in the picture. Well, suddenly he gets the signal. And that's the way it goes. Or sometimes it will hover around. You will walk back and forth, and the microphone goes back and forth like that. Naturally, it has to follow you, and you see it hovering in the top of the picture. Well, that is disconcerting, not only to you and to the director, but to the performer, who's not sure just what that is up there. If you bring it down too close to the performer, especially people who have been formerly radio actors, instead of looking at the camera, they look at the boom and do all their talking, you see. So this is a very important thing. Boom men are born. Boom men are born. Ladies, you can put that down in your notebook. You cannot really educate and bring up a boom man unless he has it in his blood. Right? Right? So, we are going to go into this discussion of boom further in just a few minutes. But I do want you to know that a boom man is a sensitive soul. He must be on his toes at all times. It is a very difficult position to be in. So it is very wise, if you are planning on bringing up your child to be a boom man, to see that he has a great deal of ballet work. So he can be on his toes most of the time during a broadcast. On your toes. Now, you will please remove the boom so we can get on with our lecture. At this particular point in the program, I would like to introduce my assistant here, Mr. Kukla, who will discuss with you different forms of audio. Mr. Kukla. Now, we'll be right back, ladies.
Thank you. Audio is a very important thing because without audio on television, you could not hear. And without audio, you could not hear some of the most beautiful music probably that's ever been made. Now, when I speak of audio, I do not speak of television alone. No, indeed. My specialty has been working with a young man whose research into audio has been fabulous, Mr. Fletcher Rabbit.
Thank you. I would like to speak to you about the audio of the fine Victrola 45. That's a little RCA Victor phonograph, which we call, with love, the Victrola 45. Now, may I demonstrate it to you, please? The RCA Victor 45 is sweeping the country, so you may as well know all about it. Help, please.
Certainly.
.45 records. Now, here is the fine little RCA Victor Victrola 45. That's what we want to call it. Isn't that a lovely name? Victrola 45. Now, it seems impossible. Oh, my gracious, I have it turned on already. I was going to demonstrate it first, so we will turn the little control. That's the little control on this side that turns the instrument on. This is an entirely new principle of recorded music. As you probably know, the little 45 RPM records are specially designed for the little Victrola 45, and the little Victrola 45 is specially designed for little 45 RPM records. This isn't a small world. Well, now as you know, the Victrola 45 sounds better, costs less, and it's easier to play. All you have to do is to plug it in and play, and the most wonderful thing about it is this. I must say, do you mind if I say that?
No, this is a lecture on audio. I want to hear all about this.
Well, it's amazing. This is a very small instrument. To me, of course, who is small, it may look a little large, but you must remember that I am smaller than most rabbits, and this is actually a very tiny, wonderful instrument. But this is a remarkable thing. It has the most beautiful tone quality that you have ever heard. It's amazing that such a tiny, small, compact instrument, and so handsome, such an instrument could produce such tone and such quality. And it has the world's fastest changer, All you have to do is put on 10 records if you want, or as many as you like, but it will play up to 10. Put them on, turn it on, snap the little button, off you go. Boingity, 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 boing. Plays all 10 for you. Not at once. Oh, no. One at a time, naturally. And this is a remarkable thing. This new price that we're offering is $29.95 for the little Victrola 45. Now, isn't that a remarkable thing? I want you to see the side, too. There you see, up in the front, there's the little button you see. And here's a little tone arm that brings out that beautiful quality of tone. So compact, you can just put it anywhere in a room or carry it from room to room. And the little records are so small, why, they make such wonderful, beautiful little colored decorations themselves. They're so beautiful, you'd just be proud to have them in your room. Now, let's see. Oh, yes, and here's where this lovely tone comes out of this remarkable speaker here. Well, I believe that's all that I can say on audio right at this moment. But I will turn it back to my friend, Mr. Kukla.
Thank you very much. And I am going to turn the lecture back to our good friend, Mr. Dragon, who has discussed audio with some of the best audio people in the country. Mr. Dragon.
Would you bring up the boom, please? Miss Allison, may I have your assistance on this particular thing here, please?
You may indeed, Mr. Dragon.
Thank you so much. Now, would you mind demonstrating some of the problems of the that the boom man has to be confronted with? For instance, well, a singer, for instance, a singer who comes in and I see you're bringing the boom. That's just great. who has different levels of voice.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind demonstrating that, please?
No, not at all.
All right. Now here, one young lady comes in. Would you watch that? Watch our talent.
Yes, sir.
Whispering while you cuddle near me, whispering so no one can hear me. Each little whisper seems to cheer me. I know it's true. There's no one near but you. You're whispering while
Excuse me. I believe that that level is a little soft. You'll probably have to swallow it in order to be heard.
Well, I swallowed a lot of other things.
Now that we've got that level set, why not show a different example of a singer? Now,
All right.
Boom boy, watch it.
Out where the hand clasps a little stronger, out where the smile dwells a little longer, that's where the West begins. Out where the sun shines a little brighter. What?
No, I'm afraid, my dear, that booms were not made for voices like yours. However, let's try now. This shows this just a fine example of boom trouble. Now, let's just give a further demonstration, shall we?
Whispering while you cuddle near me, whispering so no one can hear me. Each little whisper seems to cheer me. Out where the West begins.
Oh, thank you very much. That was very nice. So you see, a boom boy really does have to be on his toes. And now I would like to call upon the assistance of Miss Allison again to show the principal parts of a boom. As you know, that was just a replica that we showed. Now we are going to wheel in the actual boom that we use on television and have Miss Allison, who is a specialist and a natural-born boom girl, to demonstrate. Would you mind putting the earphones on, please? Thank you. That's great. All right, now you're ready. And so now, if you would mind showing... would you...
Oh, pardon.
Now, if you will just show, would you mind showing the microphone, please? Microphone. That's right. That's fine. Up! Up! I said you were a natural born boom boy. Boom boy! Boom boy! Boom boy! Boom boy! Watch it! I said, boom boy, watch it! Your microphone is showing. Where do you think you're going with your blooming boom? Boom boy. Boom boy, lift it! I said, boom boy, lift it! It's not a lighting fixture. Remove it from the picture. Microphone ahoy! Boom boy! They've invented gimmicks to manipulate the boom, to lift it up and down and to and fro. I'll be happy when some inventor makes a gadget, and I hope it's soon, so the microphone won't show. There it is again! Boom boy, shadows. I said, boom boy, shadows. Your notice you are getting because of silhouetting, and your name won't be, just you wait and see. No, your name won't be Boom Boy. From the shadows I've been getting, I would take a chance on betting that every day is Groundhog's Day. Because of you and what you do, you are through. Pick up your boom and leave the room. Boom boy. Fran, for heaven's sakes, we need the microphone to say one thing.
I brought it.
Good for you, boom boy. Remember, in television,
It's RCA
Victor.
This is Bert Tillstrom. I want to thank you on behalf of Kukla and Ollie and all the Kuklapolitan characters.
RCA Victor, world leader in radio, first in recorded music, first in television. Kukla, Fran and Ollie came to you from Chicago.